All right, welcome team. Good evening, everyone. Good to see you. It's our pleasure to take us through this exciting session. For those who are coming for the very first time, I want to start by introducing myself. Kariuki Josphat is my name. Married to Piaros Cherotich. And between us, we are blessed with 4 young children. We've been in this great opportunity for the last 12 years, and we are liking it. Piaros was a high school teacher teaching physics and maths here in Nairobi, and I was a full-time lecturer in the university teaching computer science. So those who are joining us for the very first time, that is our background, but I must tell you that what we're about to present to us is much bigger than the jobs we are doing. And you are perhaps going to find it very interesting that as you continue doing what you've been doing, this will help you to build a fortune so that you can achieve your dreams. Now I'll be taking us through the first session, that is the presentation, and thereafter I'll be inviting a very important and special guest, someone who has the heart of the Superstars team that is hosting this meeting tonight. But first things first, let me take us through the presentation. It's my pleasure that by the end of it, our dear guests, you'll find this to be a good family to be part of. So I'll be sharing my slides in a short while so that we can move on. All right, so there we are. This is our mission as a team. Superstars team targets helping individuals to start their own businesses. So that is not unemployment. It's your own business that you are starting, taking charge of your life so that you can realize financial freedom, travel the world, and enjoy a better lifestyle in general. But then one thing that is very unique with us is that we don't just focus on material things. We also really believe that our health is critically important. So we say that your health is your greatest wealth. And so we'll start with borrowing from World Health Organization as far as health is concerned. They recommend this, that if you want to maintain perfect health regardless of your age, then follow this wellness triangle. First of all, at the bottom there, you see we have physical activity and weight management. Then when it comes to what we consume, we should eat lots of whole grains and not the refined ones. And then we take fruits and vegetables to boost our immunity. As we go up, we are reduce on the protein intake, especially red meat is dangerous, particularly in our joints and all that. And finally, do away with fats and sugars. And if you must take very little. But what is the practice on the ground? People have inverted the triangle. What we were meant to take least, we take more, and what was meant to take more, we take very little. We've inverted the triangle like this lady here, eating things that are full of fat and sugars and proteins. What is the repercussion of that? Chronic diseases. Diseases that come as a result of how we eat. We are talking of heart disease like pressure, cancer, diabetes, stroke, all these diseases. But then the beauty is, just as we acquire them by eating wrongly, we can also do away with them. We can get rid of them by taking the solution that I'll be sharing with us. So now a Superstars team, we've partnered with an amazing company called the Neolife International, founded by Jerry Brasfield 64 years ago. If you look at the history there, it started in 1958 in US. Then it came to South Africa, that is Africa through South Africa, Kenya in 1996, to me in 2010, to you today, and we've spread in over 56 countries as we talk. The reason why the company has been there for all these years is because of our strong values, honesty and integrity. What we tell you is what they are raised. People are number one. We value people. We are in the business of empowering people. And then products that work, especially because if you look at the right-hand side, you can see that body there of scientists. We call it SAB, Scientific Advisory Board. These are top doctors and scientists who look into the products to make sure that one, they are natural, and number two, that they are scientifically researched. Then equal opportunity. It doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your level of education, whatever it is that your background is, you are welcome. Then long-range vision. Perhaps this will be very clear towards the end when our guest speaker is speaking to us, that this is an opportunity that you will not only build for your sake, but also for your children and your children's children. So let's move on and look at the solution that Neolife provides. Now, since we won't be able to eat the way we've just described above there, we need to supplement to fill in those dietary gaps. So where we didn't take whole grains, we put 3NN. 3NN is whole grains that will feed your cells so that you look younger for longer. How many of us in the core would want to look younger for longer? I would love that. Now for fruits and vegetables, we have an amazing product called carotenoid complex. In only 20 days of taking carotenoid complex, your immunity will go up by 37%. Amazing. Then we have omega-3 salmon plus that takes care of our joints, our cholesterol levels in our bodies, our memory and everything. And finally, multi, meaning many minerals and vitamins put up together. So the 4 products are put in this sachet you are seeing up here. And in the big box written Provitality, we have 30 such sachets like this. So what that means is that in within no time after taking the Provitality, the triangle which was upside down will be now the right side up. And when you are healthy, then you can think of money. But just before we go to the financial bit of it, let me also mention that we have many other products, more than 100 different ones. So this is just mentioning in passing. Later we'll be, in our other sessions, we'll be discussing and teaching you about all the other products. So we have weight management to manage your weight. Fortunately, this doesn't really leave your skin sagging. You lose weight, you maintain that, the weight that you want, and your body is toned. And then you think of herbal alternatives, products that fine-tune our hormones. For ladies, you have your own hormones, which you fine-tune using feminine herbal. For men, we have masculine herbal, so that a man remains a man. And so that we also prevent these cancers. For men, prostate cancer. For ladies, breast cancer, cervical cancer, and so on and so forth. We also have golden care, home care products, which are organic detergents. We all use soaps in our houses. Unfortunately, they are chemicals. What about switching from chemicals to organic ones, which are natural? And by the way, they are more economical. And that one I can tell you for a fact and for free, that the products are cheaper. Today in my household, we spend less amount of money than we were spending by now using these organic, more economical home care products. Skincare, organic age-defying skincare. You know, people think that these are for ladies. How many men in this core don't have a skin? You see, we all have skin, and it's the largest organ in our body, and we need to take care of it. It's the first line of defense. If it's weak, then penetration of other things that are not good for our health might go through the skin. And they are age-defying, so you look younger for longer. Then children program, we need to invest in the health of our children. And for farming, for those who are farmers, and even if you're not a farmer, you can be of help to farmers by picking this information that we have Supergrow. Supergrow is a foliar that will multiply the yields of your farm 3 times. And it's organic, so it doesn't affect your pH value and so on and so forth. So we have all those products and many, many, many others, so that by using all those products, you're able to feel better, look better, and live better. And then we can be able to talk about money when now we've looked at our health. Isn't that amazing? Who feels like, oh, I'm healthier than I came to this call? You know, by just listening to that kind of information, you are left with only one step, taking action, that is using the product. But I'm aware that there are so many people who are like me in this call. For me, I came in for money. And so I'm always super excited to share this part of the presentation, financial and lifestyle success. And I want us to be very keen on this one. Because personally, when I was invited to have a look at this opportunity, I didn't even think twice, for one reason. As a full-time lecturer in the university, and my wife is a high school teacher, and having worked for a couple of years, one thing that we knew for a fact and for sure was we will never achieve our dreams. And I may want to ask us, ladies and gentlemen, by doing what you have been doing and what you are doing currently, do you see yourself achieving your wildest dreams? If the answer is no, then you may want to go by the saying that maintenance is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Fortunately, at will, you can take charge of your life and you achieve your full potential by partnering with us, Superstars team, and your life will never be the same again. So, what are your dreams? Are your dreams still intact? If you have stopped dreaming, I beseech you to start dreaming afresh. God is not yet through with you. That's why you are alive. So if you want to earn additional income, this is it. I tell people a job will help you to pay bills, but an opportunity like this that we are sharing with us will help you to build a fortune, so that you can drive this kind of a machine, so that you can travel around the world. You can see that plane there. So that you can live in the best home ever possible. As I share this with us, I'm so humbled that this has become a reality for me. I mean, I can give a personal testimony to assure everyone in the call that what we are going through tonight is so achievable. So the starting point is establishing where you are now, knowing where you are and where you want to be, so that we just carve the path connecting the two. According to Robert Kiyosaki, you will either be in any of these 4 quadrants. The first one is E, employed. If you are employed, you know what happens? First of all, congratulations. But what happens is your employer pays you just enough to sustain you, to keep you working for them. But you don't define how much you are paid. So it's good to work, yes, to be employed, yes. I was an employee of the university. But that's just a starting point. Don't stop at the starting point. Move up. The second quadrant is self-employed, where you start a small business, businesses that collapse and, you know, occasionally even consume your money instead of giving you money. You have a matatu business and you end up selling the matatus when you have really been drained by them. That is the left-hand side. But on the right-hand side, we have big business builders. And that is where we will take you if you join this opportunity in our team. And then when you are a big business builder, you have enough money to invest. I love the last quadrant of investors because investors don't work for money, money works for them. What a nice place to be. So the right-hand side is where people are celebrating, enjoying life. The left-hand side, people are complaining that the economy is too bad. But while the left-hand side are complaining like that, the right-hand side are busy importing new machines, Range Rovers and Land Cruisers. They are busy going for holidays, overseas. What do they know that the rest don't know? And by the way, 95% of people are on the left-hand side, while only 5% are on the right-hand side. A big question. Be honest with yourself. How many of us would love to move from the left-hand side of employees and self-employed to the right-hand side of who owns Kenya, people who are financially free. They do what they want to do when they want to do it. Thank you, Gibson. I can see you are quick to confess that. You confess, you possess. Let me now show you how that happens. We tell you, yes, as a team, we've partnered with the Neolife by choice because they provide us with all the products we need, high quality products, because your business success is dependent on the products that you are dealing with. They provide us with all the logistics, distribution of the products, warehousing, importation of the products, or, online platforms, and so on and so forth. So two very important parties here. You use Superstars team strategy that you will be using to build your business to the highest levels of success, and in your life products. Those two parties, you'll never go wrong with them. So let's look at how it works. I've shown you the products that we have. Now, we don't have middlemen between you and the company, no advertisers, no wholesalers, no retailers, no distributors. It's you and the company. So you are directly connected so that all the money that would be wasted by the middlemen, you and the company benefit. So you partner with the company by paying a one-time fee of only 10,000 Kenya shillings. Imagine, only 10,000 Kenya shillings, and you get all these things. One, a kit which has got an international license. I told you we are in over 56 countries, and you use the same license to do businesses in all those countries. Number two, you get literature materials so that you are able to understand more about what I'm presenting and many other things. Number three, you are given, imagine, a full pack of Provitality, which would be around 7,000 Kenya shillings, but now it's just part of the 10,000 Kenya shillings you paid. You'd also get your own website. A website would cost you too much, but the company gives you a replicated website. Then we have free delivery anywhere in the country. So what is your work? What do you do to be successful? Simple things, though they require some discipline. The first thing is change your buying habits. Instead of taking coffees out there, why not take our Neolife tea? Instead of using the oils, for your face that you've been using, why not use Neolife, skincare products, and so on and so forth. Anytime you buy any products, you get points. But number two, you share the products with others. We don't want just to focus on our own health. We would be so selfish to focus only on our own health. So we tell you, there are so many other people out there who are keen on their health. Please feel free to share the products with them. Not for free, of course. The money is theirs to buy, but you are the person to inform them about the products. Those who want to be part of us, well and good, but those who don't want to be part of us for whatever reason, then you are the one to supply them with the products. So you get points for those products and you make profits. because you will not buy at the same cost that they are buying. But number 2B is the big one. This is what enabled me to even fire my boss. And I'm so proud of that because it's simple, but it gives you residual income, huge residual income. That is sharing the opportunity, building a network of like-minded people like you, people who want to achieve more out of their life, people who believe that they can be more than they are currently. You invite them to a meeting like this, they listen to the presentation, and when it resonates with their dreams, they join, and that becomes part of your business. And I'll demonstrate that in a few seconds. The last one, and very important, is training. That's why I've written it in capital. This session is not adequate for you to understand everything. So you don't need to be attending our sessions. We do these kind of virtual sessions for our members every Tuesday, so that you can be able to understand the business more. You get personal development and you get the right skills. We say it's not just about the money you get, but also the person you become in the process. So let me finish up by showing you how you share the opportunity, number 2B, because that is the main focus. For us as Superstars team, we focus on that, and we do it so professionally that whoever joins us, you are assured of being able to do it through our guidance. So we call it basic free model that you can use to step up to a level we call director, basically earning 50,000 to 90 or 100,000 Kenya shillings per month, 3 months from now. Many people have done it. You too can do it. Now, you've just partnered with the company. You've got your Provitality kit. That already has the Provitality in it. That is 36 points. So by just buying 6 more Provitalities, because no business without any single stock, surely. So by getting 6, part of it you could share with your parents, your family, and all that, and you sell a few of the others. By just getting the 6 more Provitalities, you are at 252 points. Hope that is clear. Products equals points. So 252 points. Over 250 points, you are called a manager, and you start earning something. As a manager, you're earning 500 to 2,500 shillings. Now, you may look at this either as glass empty, half empty, or glass half full. This is the beginning. You must not start with this little, but it's good to understand that true success starts somewhere going up. Personally, I started within that bracket. But look at what happens next. When you duplicate that, you've brought Mary, Peter, and Joe, and they have also done the same, 250 points or more. You already have over 1,000 points, and you're called a senior manager earning 2,500 shillings to 25,000 Kenya shillings. That could be your second month or even the very first month. But let's assume it's the second month. By the way, because some of these people will have more points, some will even have 1,000 and so on and so forth. When your total points gets to 2,000 points, you are called an executive manager. You get a pin written executive manager, and we invite you for some lifestyles. Like on Monday, we will be with our executive managers at Ole Sereni Mara Hotel, 5-star hotel here in Nairobi, whole day. So very exciting. And you are getting 25,000 Kenya shillings all the way to 50,000 Kenya shillings. But the third month is what we are really interested in, where the 3 people you brought and few others, they are getting to senior managers, so that your total points is 4,000 points. That's how you become a Neolife International Director, earning 50,000 to 100,000 Kenya shillings. Isn't that exciting? I don't know how many of us feel, yes, if I'm really mentored in this thing, I can do it in those 3 months, I be a director. There are some people who have done it, and why not you? So in a nutshell, this is how you grow in the business. When you just start, you're a distributor, that's the title. I've shown you how you become a manager, senior manager, executive manager, and director. Now, when you help one person to become a director like you are called a Sapphire Director, earning over 100,000 Kenya shillings. These are the people we fly with out of the country. Like we'll be flying with them to Turkey, Istanbul, in the month of May next year, date 8th. Everything paid by the company. Very exciting. 3 directors in your team. You're called a Ruby director, earning over 200,000 Kenya shillings. And when you have 6 directors, you're called a president team member, and you're earning more than 500,000 Kenya shillings. If some of us have done it, you too can be able to do it. I personally started down here like any other person, and I grew my business in 2.5 years. I was already a president team member, and I can attest to it that as a president team member, you are earning more than 500,000 Kenya shillings. And that's how you're able to achieve this kind of dreams. Look at that. That is where I was in 2010 when I sat down and listened to the opportunity the way you are listening tonight. I didn't look at what if I don't succeed. I looked at what if I succeed. Then I was paying rent. I had no car, but look at what happened. This is my second home, and the car you are seeing there is the latest shape of a Land Cruiser, the latest shape. Bought cash from this opportunity. My parents are driving themselves. My parents-in-law are living in a very beautiful home that we built for them. So it's very possible. And you are joining the best team. That is the founder giving us an award for being the best team. And the lifestyle and travel, let me just show you in a nutshell because I don't want to come back to this. When you become a director, you start enjoying lifestyle. Look at all these directors. The upper one, we were at Olesren both times. The lower one, we were at Sarova Stanley recently. And when you become a Sapphire director, we take you to Windsor Golf and Country Club. You know. Then you become a Ruby, that's where we take you. Santon Sun Hotel, pure gold coated hotel in Johannesburg, South Africa. Everything paid by the company. That's where we were in 2012, Zambia, Victoria Falls, seeing one of the 7 wonders of the world. Then we went to Grand Hyatt in Dubai. Then we went to Dubai again. You can see that is the tallest building in the world. We were right at the top of that building. You know, that makes you feel you've achieved too much. You know, these are the things you want to enjoy when you're here on Earth. Then we went to Obai. It's an island in Indian Ocean with my wife there. You can see us. With my team, all these leaders in this team, we were in Cape Town, you know, in 2012, enjoying life, and 2017. You know, this is really what we all need to enjoy. Then we went to Ferrari World. This is in Abu Dhabi. Then Yas Water World, enjoying having fun and seeing the biggest mosque in the world. So, and you are being treated in a 7-star hotel. That's Emirates Paris. Imagine. Then we went to Mauritius, young and old. That was the second time to Mauritius. Then we went to Mexico, Los Cabos. All these president team members in the company. So that tells you that you too can become a president team member. I recently went to Abu Dhabi again, even with my own biological father here, and some leaders like, you know, Okesh Florence there and Orao, Lydia Mwesa, all these are members, leaders in our Superstars team, and they have just shown that anyone can do it. And they really appreciate you. Imagine this kind of token, not bonus, on top of the monthly bonus, you are getting this kind of an appreciation. This is another world. And I've said, we are all headed to Turkey. Someone might join us today, build the business in a crazy way, and we all fly together on 8th of May to Istanbul, Turkey for lifestyle, everything paid by the company. And before I bring on stage our special guest speaker, I challenge all of us, our guests, it takes a single decision to change your life 360 degrees. It doesn't help anything to just listen to the opportunity and you let it go. Some people have made that mistake. What is 10,000, dear friends, my brothers and sisters? What is 10,000 if it's going to give you the lifestyle I've just shown you, the kind of machines I've shown you, the homes I've shown you? What is 10,000 Kenya shillings? Paid directed to the company's PayBill number. Business number is there, 985650. Account number, you put your national ID. and then the amount. Then you share that with the person who invited you to this meeting. They will guide you on how you get started. Don't procrastinate. Don't start tomorrow. Start today. And to crown it all, I want to bring on stage a very special gentleman to this team. He's the reason why we are all here. If he never said yes to the opportunity, we wouldn't be here. I'm so humbled that he came all the way from South Africa and introduced this business to us here in Kenya several decades ago. And everything I have today is just because of that gesture that he made. So this is none other than Hansie Cronje, all the way from South Africa, president team member. Hansie, if you can hear me, please take it away.
Thank you, Josphat. Good evening. Can everybody see and hear me properly?
Very well, very loud and clear.
Fantastic. Thank you for the privilege to be invited tonight by you and the team. And what an amazing story. I was just sitting here. I'm currently sitting in Cape Town in South Africa. That's where my wife and I stay. And just getting excited all over again to see what has happened in the life of Josphat and Pierrose, and what they have experienced and still experiencing today. And you know, when you look at this success story, you must realize if it can happen for them, it can happen for anybody out there. So I especially want to encourage the people who are on the score for the very first time tonight, brand new in the business, looking at the business as a possibility to get involved with. I want to encourage you very, very strongly to consider this as an opportunity that is going to change your life. So thanks again for the opportunity to share a few words. And let me just give you a little bit of background from myself, where I come from. My name is Hansie Cronje, and when my wife and I was introduced to this business opportunity for the very first time, that was 35 years ago, down in South Africa. I was full-time in the ministry as a pastor. I enjoyed tremendously what I was doing, but I could not pay all the bills. That was one of our biggest challenges. And because my wife wanted to focus on raising the family, the children, we also had a lot of debt. It was really, really very challenging. I remember how many times the bank manager was calling me, encouraging me to really make a plan and start paying off all my debt. But it was very challenging because, you know, I could not lie to him. So I said, I'm working on it. And what I actually meant, we were praying for a way out of this. So that was very, very, very challenging for us. We were broke and financially out. We were so broke that we didn't have the 10,000 Kenya shillings to start the business. So we had to borrow the money from the bank to start our own business. So if there's anybody here tonight that think, listen, I don't think I have the money to get started, you're probably in the same position that we were, that we really needed this opportunity very, very seriously. We were also very stressed when we look at this opportunity because of all the debt and all the challenges and even health challenges. You know, for example, every winter time I was struck with bronchitis and on my way to pneumonia. So we were really in a challenging position. And when I think back all the time, 35 years ago, why did we decide to get involved in this business opportunity? Is because we were so sick and tired of all the challenges, the financial challenges primarily, and the health challenges, that we wanted a break and to get out of it. And we truly believe that for us, it was a God-sent opportunity. Now, when we wanted to get involved in the business, we had to face a few challenges, things that we had to sort out and to get sorted out in our lives so that we can move forward. The first challenge that we had to overcome, especially myself, was an ego challenge. You know, I studied for more than 7 years, have degrees and things, and I was teaching people and all these kind of things. And I thought, well, maybe this thing is not for me. But let me tell you, the important thing here is when I look at my bank balance and I look at my rusted car, I realize I don't have much of an ego. So it helped me to get over it. We also struggled with a little bit of a negative attitude. We call it the blame game. You know, I was putting the blame on everybody around me, like the government and the high taxes and the high cost of living and all these kind of things, why we could not make it financially. But I had to realize that we have to take responsibility for our future. That was, I believe, God sent to us, and therefore we thought that this is the kind of business we have to consider seriously. We also had the challenge of time constraints. You know, what happens with everybody who look at the business when you start even on a part-time basis is all 24 hours of every day is already taken up by certain activities. But we realized if we want to change our life, we have to look at how we spend our time. So we prioritized a few things. And let me tell you, we find 5 to 10 hours per week that we could spend on this business. That's all we could find in the beginning. And we decided we're gonna give it a long-term shot. So we said in the next 2 to 5 years, we're gonna work on this and we're gonna build something solid for the future. And that was one of the best decisions we ever made, because the time that we started to invest was really, really powerful. And we really had to get out of this whole debt thing. And with the children, they were still small, but we find and organized babysitters all the time so that my wife can also be available for the business. So I tell you, this business can change your life forever. We started with this one dream to get out of debt. So we started for the same reason that Josphat and Piero started, is to make more money. Exactly the same. But let me tell you, New Life have helped us to make a lot of dreams come true. I just want to mention a few just to tell you. For example, you know, I remember when I bought my first brand new E220 Elegance Mercedes-Benz. When I climbed into that car, brand new, I drove it from the floor. And let me tell you, it was so amazing. That smell of the leather, the tank was full of fuel. And when you climb in the car and you look through that star of the Mercedes, you feel like really something big has happened with you. And I remember our first World Team Convention. Josphat has mentioned so many conventions that they had to, but I remember the first one. After that, we attended so many. But the first one was in Disney World of the United States of America. That was the first time we took an international flight. That was the first time that we could really get out of the country in South Africa. So we had to get passports. And let me tell you, that experience on the international flight, when they serve you nice meals, they look after you. And then when you arrive there, you feel like a celebrity because they collect you at the airport. They take you to this nice 5-star hotel. You get the most amazing meals, and then you experience this amazing things that people have achieved in this wonderful world of Disney. And that inspired us so much that some years later, we took our children on a trip to Disneyland in Paris. And I tell you, that is something that they will never forget, and we will actually never, ever forget. And so we moved down to Cape Town here in South Africa, up from Gauteng area. We bought a house at the West Coast, and what an experience to stay here on the West Coast, close to the seaside. And just be excited about how we live every day. And another exciting thing that's happening is that we are now building on this business for the next generation. So my children are now getting more involved in the business at this stage, so that we can prepare them. And when we want to sit back, they can start working the business more and more. So this is amazing about this business. It's willable to your children and go for the next generation. And then the most exciting dream that I live today, that I thank God every day for, because he's the CEO of our business, is to be a freelance pastor. So I'm still very excited and involved in ministry. But the most amazing thing is that I don't have to ask anybody to pay me a salary, because this business is supporting us 100%. And this is one of the highlights of my ministry at this time of my life. So I just want to encourage you tonight, everybody on this call, and also especially the brand new people looking at this for the first time. This is the place where a lot of your dreams will come true that you never thought possible. This is the place where it's going to be, and it's going to happen for you. And let me tell you, especially when you start to live the dream, like Josphat and Piros, and like my wife and I live the dream. And you pinch yourself someday, every day, and say, hey, you know what? Is this really true? Is this really happening? It is happening. It is possible. And there's an amazing, bright future for everybody, for all of us. In East Africa, there's the world to conquer yet. Let me tell you, the possibilities is so big that when you go to bed tonight and you start thinking of all the dreams you want to achieve through this business opportunity, start thinking of all the people out there who would love to hear the wonderful message of this business, the mission. And that is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And you and I can be that messenger, because we have something good to share, something uplifting. We change the lives of people, we change our own lives and our children's lives. So the future is bright. And make that right decision tonight. Realize what you see is absolutely your future. And it was wonderful to share with you a little bit here from Cape Town, South Africa. Make a strong decision. You have the most amazing upline leaders in Josphat and Piros that will show you the way of success. And have a good evening, and God bless.
Wow, thank you so much, Hansie, for sharing your success story. For sure, team, if Hansie has done it for several decades, we too can. And I don't want to add anything. I can only assure you, you have all the potential right inside you, but then you must step up to greatness. You must decide that you want to go for that full potential. Some of you, you'll achieve more, just like Jesus saying somewhere that you'll do even greater things than I have done. And I want to echo the same team. You'll do greater things than Josphat and Hansie and many other directors here have done. It's only that you didn't know you have that potential. Now you know, let's go for it. Let's be meeting the beaches of the world. If you'll be there to be met. Now, please get in touch with the person who invited you to this call and ask them only one question. How do I start now? And the rest will be history. God bless you so much. Have a blessed weekend. Let's be meeting the beaches of the world if you'll be there to be met. Thank you so much, everyone. God bless you. God bless you, Hansie. I say hi to Lydia, and bye-bye.
Bye.